So you need to make your strips for paper mache. We have a bunch of these little leftover rolls of paper towel, which I like to use because it makes your project just one color rather than having a bunch of newspaper that you have to cover up. As well as, it's very it kind of just melts as soon as it gets wet. So it lays on your project really smooth. So all you need to do is, what I do, is I just kind of lay it out and double it up, triple it up, quadruple it up, whatever 5 is, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That feels good. And then you just chop it on the big choppy chop. And now you have a ton of little strips. To make the paper mache mix, some people use flour. There's lots of different recipes. The issue that I found with flour is that it'll mold really quickly if you don't refrigerate it every single day. So I like to avoid that whole mess and just do straight up glue and water. So what you'll do is just a 50-50 mix of glue and water. So pour like this much glue and then this much water, mix it up really well, and there's your mix. All right, it's time to paper mache. You need your armature. You need some glue water mix. It's right in here. You're gonna need some strips right here. And so that you don't make a huge mess that you have to clean up later with a sponge, just go ahead and cover your work area. That way when you're done, instead of having to like deep clean your whole table, you can just throw away your messy newspaper. So just take some newspaper, some scrap paper, lay it out on your work area. If you want a smock, that is not a bad idea, especially if you care about what you're wearing. Here we go, I have my armature, got my glue water. I wanna make sure that it's mixed up really, really well, because sometimes it can separate, especially if you just made it. And what you're gonna do is, everybody has different techniques, so I'm not gonna say that there's one right way or one wrong way. But one thing people like to do, some people, is to dip their strip right in the glue and then use their other fingers to squeegee it off. That tends to be what I do. But the professional paper mache artist that we saw, he said you actually dip your hand in the paper mache, the mixture, and then just use your hand to smooth it out. Whatever you do, you want to make sure that your paper that you're putting on here is completely saturated with the glue mixture, or it's not going to work. So you want to make sure that it's really nice and wet with the glue mixture so that it dries nice and hard. There we go. I'm going to smooth it out. Again, really important is that you smooth out any wrinkles and flaps, or it's going to be very annoying to paint later. So do it for your future self. Okay, so that's basically it. You just kind of cover it up. Don't put like 1,000 layers on the first day, because then it will not dry well and it might start to rot. So take your time, make it look really nice and smooth. You have all week to do this. When you go to let it dry, if it has like a flat bottom like this, you might want to set it down on a piece of newspaper. And then when it's dry, you can just kind of tear that newspaper off. All right, clean up. Already, I am getting bombarded with fruit flies. And for whatever reason, the fruit flies love the glue. And now that it's mixed with water, they might be all up in there, and we don't want to have a bunch of fly carcasses in our glue. So please make sure you cover your glue with a lid, with tin foil, something. So this is not even the lid for this, but I'm just gonna kind of wedge it in there. So please cover up our glue, or else we're gonna have disgusting graveyard glue tomorrow with a bunch of dead flies in it. Okay, so take care of your glue, put it away, put your armature over in the cubby area to dry. Any extra strips we'll put away in a basket, and then just throw away your newspaper. If you got any glue dripped on chairs or the table, please don't be a jerk. Please clean up after yourself so the next group that comes in here isn't dealing with your mess. Thank you.